I've created dozens of Claude skills. I'm going to show you what skills are, how you can make one. And the way we're going to do it is by I'm first going to open up a skill. We're going to look through its contents together. And then we're going to make one together step by step so that by the end of this video, you know exactly what skills are and how to make one for yourself. So here in Claude, we're in the main Claude session. So if you open up Claude right now on your browser, you're going to see customize. And the first thing we're going to do is click on that. Once we click on customize, we're going to see skills and connectors. You're going to want to click on skills. And so what are skills? Well, you're extremely intelligent. That's why you're watching this video. But if I gave you a Rubik's Cube to solve, you're not going to know how to actually do it. You'll probably figure it out if I give you the procedures and steps on how to actually solve the Rubik's Cube. Those procedures are a skill. So those are procedures you can give the AI agent over and over and over again so that it can actually solve the Rubik's Cube. And so skills are essentially a folder that has procedures and maybe even images and code. So in this example with the Rubik's Cube, if I gave you the procedures and then also gave you an image that showed you what a finalized Rubik's Cube would look like, that'll actually help you in the long term to solve this problem. So in this example, our folder will compose of a skill.md file, which will be the instructions of how to solve the Rubik's Cube, and then also the image of what it looks like. So here's an example of a skill folder, and this is Descript Studio Sound. It's a skill I made. Descript is just a service, and the way that I use it is that I send all my videos over to Descript, and they enhance it with their AI Studio audio or something like that. And so it makes the video sound better, and that's what you're listening to right now. And I needed that to be a skill. So we see here, this is the skill MD file. And this is the description of what the skill does, its requirements, what the AI needs, and then the steps. And you see here in workflow, it's going through the steps. And then it references scripts. So we'll see here, it says you need to use resolvemedia.py. And then we have a scripts folder within our skill, and it has the resolvemedia.py Python file. So that's what a skill is. It's just a folder. It has your procedures, it has your code, it has your logos, whatever you need to help the AI get the job done. Now, how do we make one? So you can make it a few ways. The easiest is going to add a skill, going to create skill, and then creating it with Claude. Now this opens up a chat window and it says, let's create a skill together using your skill creator skill. Claude actually made an inherent skill called skill creator and walks the AI through this process. First, ask me what the skill should do. So we're going to send that in. And it says, sounds good. Let's build one. What should a skill do? A few things that'll help me shape it well. The core ask, what should Claude be able to do that it can't reliably do now? When should it trigger? Any specifics? So what I'm going to say is, I want to make a skill that pretty much lets me respond to emails, messages, honestly, any incoming traffic, DMs, and respond it in the way that I normally would respond it. I've noticed that Claude is very verbose and I'm more direct and curt with most people. So I want to make a skill that is what you would use to respond to any email, DM, or message I receive. The way I speak is very verbose and curt. I said that wrong. Not verbose and is very curt. I'm going to provide you two examples. The first example is what not to do. And the second example is how I normally speak. So example one, our shareholders really need the Q1 to Q2 margins to be high so that it bolsters the company's morale. Example two, we need to make money for our shareholders to make them happy. And so now I gave it an example. I said what I wanted, and then I also gave it an example of what isn't good versus what is good and what I'd normally say. And so let's see what else. The way I speak, I'm very clear. I'm going to provide you two examples. I already told it how I want it to use it, respond to any email, DM, or message I receive. And we're going to be a little bit more specific from people. Cool. And so now it's going to go through. Got it. A personal voice skill for drafting replies that sound like you, Kurt. plain, no padding. Let me pull up the skill creator process first. Let me read the middle section I haven't seen yet. So it's going through the multiple skills actually. Calibrating focus on subjective writing style skill. I'm guessing that's actually going to be what it names it. And when you click here, you can actually see in detail what it's doing. It's reasoning. These are reasoning tokens. So it's going through and speaking to itself and coming up with a solution. And the higher, you raise this effort, the more reasoning tokens you use, but I digress. So good contrast. The second compress, drop the jargon, makes money. Most useful thing you can give me, paste 3 to 5 real replies you've actually sent. A mix of an email and a couple of DMs/texts if the registers differ. Real one beats any description. Add 3 quick things the examples won't tell me. Greetings/sign-offs. Do you open with hi, name, and sign thank you? Or do you just dive straight into the answer? Proper caps, periods, lowercase, and goes, especially. Does channel change your voice? Is an email to a client noticeably less clear than? This is great questions. 1. I typically open with hi, their name, and an exclamation point. And the sign off is normally very respectfully, comma, my name. 2. Capitalization and punctuation is critical. I normally add more exclamation points than most people in order to emphasize emotion, especially in DMs. 3. An email is noticeably more professional than DMs. This professionalism can be defined in improved rhetoric and grammar, whereas a DM is more colloquial. So now I answered his 3 questions. I actually didn't give it the 3 examples for the sake of time. If you have the examples, that's actually the best way to train it. So it knows exactly on how to do this for you. In this case, I should have probably provided it with 3 DM examples that I've responded to people, or maybe 3 LinkedIn messages that I've probably had with people. But I think it's going to do just fine. So now it's going through, drafting this. And that's a useful nuance. Your curt isn't cold. You compress hard and cut jargon, but emotion still comes through. And the framing stays respectful. So the skill needs to capture brief, empathetic, and grammatically tight, not blunt and flat. This is actually exactly how I speak, which is great. And so now prepare to document communication style guidelines. It's creating the skill directory. It's working on the skill MD, which is great. Now it's going to present the draft to me. Here's how I translated your profile into rules. Core move equals compression. Lead with the answer. 1 idea per sentence. Plain words over jargon. Now I made the skill.md file, which is great. And so now when the skill gets made, you have a few options. 1, you can download it. 2, you can actually open this in Drive if you have that connector attached. 3, you can save the skill to your Claude. And that's what I'm going to do now. So I saved it. And then if I go to manage skills, we have personal reply style. So now I'm going to come up with an example. I'm going to say, here's a message I got from a colleague. Hey, Kevin, what's the difference between RAG, retrieve, augment, generate, and CAG, cache, augment, generate? I'm kind of confused on what the difference is between these. Please respond to this using our skill. And so I typically say this, please respond to this using our skill. And the way we would invoke the skill is by doing a slash. And then you'll see here all the skills, and then I can do personal reply style. Now, why do we do this? Because this makes your AI a lot more deterministic. We know it's going to use the skill. The problem with AI is that it's too probability based. So you may wonder, well, how does the AI know what skill to actually load? Well, it would look through and read through this context that I put together, and it would say, oh, I got a message from a colleague. Okay. He Oh, and he wants me to respond. Okay, he might need me to use the personal reply style skill. And the way it knows this skill exists is by something called progressive disclosure. So if we were to go back to customize and skills, by default, every time you open up a chat, your AI is going to see the title of all these skills and the description. It's not going to see everything. It won't load all that into context because it'll bloat it up pretty fast. So it does something called progressive disclosure, where it looks for the name. Okay, this might match what Kevin was looking for, and reads the description. Okay, this definitely matches. Now load the rest of the skill. So now let's jump back. I'm going to paste that and then send it off. Reading the personal reply skill before drafting. Here's a reply in your voice. It's a Slack DM style. So I kept it colloquial and skipped the formal frame, which is great. Quick heads up. The C in CAG is cache, not cache, not cat. Oh, that's funny. Whisper misunderstood me, I guess. That's actually the whole difference. RAG fetches the info when you ask. It searches your documents, grabs the and feeds them into the prompt right then. CAG skips the search, blah, 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 blah. So RAG looks up stuff on demand. CAG already has it loaded and ready. RAG skills. This is more or less how I would frame things to people because normally I don't like going on and on and on and giving people a dissertation on answers. I think that's fucking ridiculous. So this is way better. Now, I have this skill forever and I can reuse it going forward, and I'm going to keep using it going forward because it's really helpful. So this is how skills are made. If you guys want me to make more Claude content, please subscribe and drop a comment, and then I can create videos on MCPs, Claude Cowork, Claude connectors, Claude everything, really, Claude and Chrome,